We've been around Middle Georgia. We've spoken to various presidents at various colleges. Why do you feel it's so important to partner up with these educational institutions of higher learning? Because within these walls, it is art, it is history, it is a living culture.
And education. One of the Tubman's main features is the education component. We've had tremendous success going into some of these underprivileged schools and turning it around with test scores and participation and so forth and so on like that. And the Tubman really is about education. And what better educational vehicle to use than these existing colleges that in the area. And we've got them to volunteer, to come and use their time, their energies, and to help grow our base, as you mentioned. And what better source could you have with these bright kids, and this would be a learning experience for them as well. So it's about education. It's always about education. The more education that we have in a community, I think, the better community we have.
Why do you think this place is so vital in the rebirth and growth of Macon?
The other thing that people miss about the Tubman is about economic development. Even the building construction facility, we had a lot of diversity. We had a tremendous construction crew that we probably had 68, 70% minority participation in even the building of the building. And then the tours that we have, where people come from all over the country. They come to Macon, they stay in hotels, they buy food, they do shopping. So there's an economic impact to the Tubman. And if we continue to grow and reach nationwide, and we continue to bring in visitors, that's more of an economic impact. And we need in Macon-Bibb County as much of an economic impact and growth as we've ever needed, and we need that now.
$20 million, and a lot of years later, we have this. How proud are you?
Extremely proud. That's why I'm still the chairman of the board. I've been chairman for a while now, and the reason I continue that role because I wanted to see it thrive. I don't want us to have this beautiful facility and somebody would say, well, I told you so, they couldn't do this or it wouldn't last. So one of my driving things is to make sure we last and continue to do the good work that Richard Kyle envisioned for this museum to do. And so that's why we stay the course.
Can you even put into words Harriet Tubman, her legacy and what she means, not just to the black community, but to the human race?
Well, you know, when you talk about Harriet Tubman, I talk about Harriet Tubman when I talk about Martin Luther King. When we have people that didn't know how, didn't necessarily know what to do, but they found a way to do it with less money, less education, and everything else. And so the young people today, they say, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. Well, she didn't know what to do, how to do it either. Martin Luther King didn't know but he did it. And so the big thing we got to understand is when you see that statue of Harriet Tubman, and if you've seen it, it's lifelike. It's just like her in person. And you see and you know the history of what she accomplished with all kind of difficult circumstances. It makes you proud that somebody that looks like you could have done some of the things that she's done, or she did.
How badly would you like to see every young person in Middle Georgia walk through your doors and use it as an educational tool and use it as inspiration for their lives? Because sadly, not everybody has come through.
And you're exactly right. And the idea is the fact that they haven't come through. And the history and the culture that we have as a people, unfortunately, that history and culture has not been presented to a lot of people before. So where will they get it? You would think, well, they've got it in school. No, not really. And so that educational piece, if they come through this and see the exhibits and see the history, see the culture, and didn't know that this black person invented this or did that or started this, even our people that play golf, the golf tee. Most people wouldn't know that. They love golf. But whose idea was that tee? A black man. And so that's history, that's culture. We can give everybody else their credit, and that's great. Nothing wrong with that. But we also have a special history and culture that unfortunately a lot of people just don't know about.
Take me into the future. What are your hopes and dreams for this museum?
certainly increase the membership base, certainly to make sure that the general public understand what an exciting event a facility this is, particularly for weddings. Can you imagine getting married and having somebody walk down the stairs and blah, 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 and how beautiful that would be? And so we want to increase the events here. That helps with our financial commitment to make sure we have all the resources necessary to keep the museum going. And then we got another part of our facility that we're going to build out, and we'll be able to have multiple events at the same time. A lot of times, everybody wants to be in the rotunda here, but we've got another facility back there we want to build out where if you want to have a separate party or something else, then you'll be able to utilize that. So going forward in the future, in the near term, we certainly want to do that.
Billy Pitts, thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We wish you and the museum the best.
Okay, very good.